Hello, my name is Samuel O'Reilly. My CA number is 234-77914, and this is my sketchbook application for the Institute of Art and Design in Dunleary. Video. So, this sketchbook was started when I was in England visiting some relatives of mine, and I purchased a brush nib pen on the inspiration of the late master Kim Jong-gi, who was pretty fond of this brush. So I had some fun with it at the time, drawing this kind of thing. I wanted to see what I could draw using just that brush without my pencils, and some of it's good, some of it's weird. A lot of very bizarre pieces were produced at that time, depicting a creature with a pyramid head. I can't exactly say I authored these so much as they came to me. They grew weirder and weirder, but eventually I left England, and this sketchbook was once again to be used pretty much for studying. Like this picture of what looks like the pose from the Sistine Chapel. At the time I started to try and have stronger shapes. This is a doodle of the author, Osama Dazai. I was inspired by a video of the artist Miss Jizu using her brush pen and then markers to try a similar technique, but I don't think I was really able for it. All over the sketchbook are notes on anatomy and the like, as I studied in this book. Some of these poses are pretty good. Some of them are embarrassing. That one's pretty good. This one, I wouldn't show this one to my worst enemy. Or these are. That one's all right. These two are pretty atrocious. These are embarrassing. This one on the left is not so bad. This center one here turned out all right. I started to really understand the forms of the ribcage and pelvis, which are much more complicated than a pair of boxes, which is what a lot of art information would have you believing. I think these might have been from like a face studying tool website. This is a self-portrait of me looking very disturbed. This is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. This is mannequinization, obviously. This looks like a Kamehameha. This was my Leaving Cert project. The first drafts where they were asked to draw my daily routine, so I started to develop that. Every day I wake up, and I do not brush my teeth, but I'm still hungry. This is a picture of Batman. This is somebody sitting on a windowsill or a railing, I guess. These figures are they're all right. This is pretty good. These figures are kind of acceptable. These are also like the faces in here that look uncomfortable, are from like a reference tool. This is a draft for a scene I did, where somebody obviously announces that his name is Batu. And this is a character from a My Hirano music video, who's my favorite animation artist, who's the man behind dramaturgy and color. And these are a reference from a face drawing tool. This isn't though. This was after I was reading Vagabond by Takehiko Inoue, and I thought the way he drew faces was funny. These are of a similar description. This one's good. That one's the statue of David, except doesn't look very good. These are like 30 seconds. You can tell they're 30 seconds because most of them aren't even done. This top right one looks nice though. And the rest not so good. This is Wilbur Soot, the singer, a YouTube guy. My sister's very fond of him. I think he looks a bit like this. These are more figures. It's Yoshikage Kira. More figures. This top left one looks good. This bottom left one also is alright. The rest not so much. Although something's happening. This might be the first actual character sketch in here, although I wasn't even bothered to draw her eyes clearly. That's the chainsaw dog from Chainsaw Man. This is ow, my fucking arm. This is when I read Tom Fox's book. Sketches. Griffith! It's Griffith. This is me trying to explain that you can't see the tear duct thing at the corner of your eye from the outside. These are where the figures start to look alright. That one's pretty fun. These went right back to square one and aren't very good. These also aren't very good. This is Dude Love Ashino Meme from Studio Shaft's Kitsumonogatari films, which are really great stuff. This is a certain somebody who's in prison. This is a pretty good figure. This is a creature. This is more anatomy stuff. Oh, now we have to flip it upside down. Am I supposed to be narrating this? I don't even know if I'm meant to be talking. If I'm not meant to be talking, please turn off the audio and just don't listen to me talk to myself. These are 3 thumbnails where I couldn't decide which one was best. But actually the one I drew the most isn't the one I liked the most. I actually liked this one more. I recognize this from the Morpho book covers, always have this picture. This is where there starts to be a lot of writing as I start to study more and more. This is an alright picture. These are some figures I drew from my imagination. This one looks pretty good. The rest are kind of half-assed though, even though this one's not great. He's got kind of huge legs. This is the head. That's a skull. These are more figures from my imagination. These are écrochet. This is going to be some écrochet from now on, a lot of it. Yep, that's more écrochet. Believe it or not, that's even more écrochet. This is just stuff. This is I thought that said footballs are a tangent. No, those are a tangent. This is more anatomy stuff. It's an actual character sketch of Master Kishibe from Chainsaw Man. These are more écrochet because we're never run out of those apparently. More and more studying. More and more poses. I kind of hoped that my body of like finished works would be enough to show the kind of drawing I like to do, so I could show the kind of drafting I like to do in this book. More and more écrochet, more and more anatomy. Camera B technique. These are studies of Shi and Kim. Well, actually, I think I drew this one myself. That's definitely a study of Shi and Kim. That one was also me. That might be a study. Looks pretty shit though, so I feel bad for whoever I was studying. More écrochet, because we just never run out of écrochet. You can never know enough anatomy. People like not wanting to learn anatomy is like guitar guys who don't want to learn music theory. Like, oh, Jimi Hendrix didn't know music theory. Well, you're not Jimi Hendrix. This is original stuff. More anatomy. That's Ichibei Hyosube from Bleach: The 1,000-Year Blood War, which is a super great looking work of animation. And compositing. That's a Shi and Kim study. think all this is original though. There's a vast difference between how good my study stuff is and how good stuff I try to draw on my own is. This is kind of when I started to discover that faces had gesture too. This is all original stuff. This is all original stuff. This is more crochet. Yeah, it is. This is when I started to use letters as prompts for faces. So I have it like it's an F, it's an and then it's an you know. This one's a G, so it's an and then it's an you know. Are there any more of those? Crochet. More and more crochet. This is pretty good for how tiny it is. I actually really like this. This was an L, so clearly it was going to be and then more crochet, more anatomy, more and more and more. That's a study of J.C. Leyendecker, who's like the best. If you've never checked him out, he's like the illustrator of all time, Joseph Christian Leyendecker. That's all original. That's original. I think this was a study, but I really botched it. This is when I was thinking about art style. I love the art style of early JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, because the source material does not look like that. The source material looks hideous. I thought that was really funny that they totally changed it, and it looks great. Oops. That's a J.C. Leyendecker study. That's fucking horrible. I wish I could get rid of that. Studies. More and more. Crochet purgatory. Just showed you next. More and more anatomy, more and more crochet. It never stops. Plus, I think we're almost done. This is like, I thought like a 200-page book, so obviously I didn't do all of it because this would be a 20-minute video. That's my dog. He kind of looks like that. He makes noises like that. That's that guy's got a certain kind of mustache, so we're gonna skip on. He's like getting kind of big. I've got some drawings of my classmates in here. I drew a few of the same guy to kind of demonstrate that I could like rotate people's faces around. Although I don't know if it's very easy to tell that this is the same person every time. Obviously I had him there with me to model. But yeah, I think this was something they said to me. Other animation people was like, oh, you gotta draw a lot of the same person so that they understand that you know how to like rotate them and do the actual drafting. Which is a very, very difficult thing to do. So I think they were right about that. Around here. This is original. That's original. This is the guy from the. He goes, oh, he's got like his hands on either side of his head. Oh, he makes that kind of face. So now I'm thinking about eyeballs. Only thinking about clearly because I wasn't drawing them very well. But just doing a bit of this helped me to draw better eyeballs. That's everything. Thank you for watching.